So finally the fight between Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather has been announced for August 26th in Las Vegas. And I never thought this fight would actually take place. First of all, Floyd Mayweather was already retired. Conor McGregor is under contract with the UFC. He's never had a professional boxing bout. And I thought this was just all kind of talk to kind of, push Conor McGregor as the best fighter, and then, MMA fighters can beat boxers, etc., etc. I didn't actually think they were going to fight, but the fact that there's a date and there's a venue, I guess it is going to happen, but we'll see until they're actually in the ring fighting each other. As soon as the fight was announced, people are saying that Conor McGregor has no chance, that this is a disgrace to boxing, that disgrace to boxing fans. De La Hoya coming out saying, don't buy the pay-per-view. I understand from where it's coming from, because you have the greatest boxer of this era, Floyd Mayweather, against a guy with 0 professional boxing bouts. So obviously that's a huge mismatch. I mean, they're practically saying that it's impossible, and I will say this: I don't think anything is impossible. I think that's one thing we learn in sports and in life, that nothing is impossible. There's always a chance. So today I want to talk about the 5 advantage that Conor actually has over Floyd Mayweather. And I'm not saying that these are going to make a huge difference in the fight, but I think it's definitely something that you should consider before you bet your house on Floyd Mayweather. So obviously, number 1, the size. Conor McGregor is the bigger. He's a bigger athlete than Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather fought as low as 130 pounds. Conor McGregor fought as high as 170. Okay, Conor McGregor would have to cut his legs off to make 130 pounds. McGregor's slightly taller. He has a 2-inch reach advantage. Also, in terms of walking around weight, Conor McGregor probably walks around, 175 pounds. Floyd Mayweather probably walks around, 155, maybe 160 at most. He's definitely going to have some size on Floyd Mayweather. I think that's going to give him an advantage the night of the fight. Advantage number 2. And to me, this is a big one. The fight is taking place at 154 pounds. I don't know why the Mayweather camp agreed to this. I thought it would take place at the welterweight limit of 147 pounds. Conor McGregor has fought at 145 pounds in his career. He's the former 145 champion in the UFC. But if you ever seen McGregor make weight on the scale, he looks like he's about to die. I mean, he's knocking on death's door trying to make it 145. It's really, really bad. And the reason why it's a bad weight cut is because he's such a big guy. I don't even know how he makes that 145 weight limit, but he does. The fact that the fight is taking at 154, to me, that's a big advantage for Conor McGregor, because he doesn't have to cut nearly as much weight as he would have if the fight was taken at 147. Advantage number 3 is definitely the age. Conor McGregor is coming into this fight with the confidence of youth. He's going to be 29 years old by the time August comes around. Floyd Mayweather is 40 years old, okay? Now, you can say what you want, because Floyd Mayweather looks great at 40. Physically he looks great, but at the same time, he's not the fighter that he was 10 years ago. Also, it's been almost 2 years since Floyd Mayweather fought last time. Conor is a much more active fighter, and he has so much momentum going into this fight. He's confident. Obviously, he's taking shots at Mayweather for his age, as he should, but he has so much more momentum going into this fight. I mean, he's the biggest name in the sport of mixed martial arts, in the history of mixed martial arts, and he may be the biggest name in combat sports, period, right now. And he's going against Mayweather with a lot of momentum, so I think you got to account for that fact. Advantage number 4, definitely power. Again, not only being the bigger, stronger guy, Conor puts people to sleep. Okay, out of his 9 wins in the UFC, 7 of them have come by way of stoppage. He defeated the greatest featherweight champion of all time in 13 seconds, and it was that left hand that put him to sleep. Whereas Floyd Mayweather, the last time he really stopped somebody was Ricky Hatton, and that was 10 years ago. And he also did stop Victor Ortiz, but that was with some controversy, and a lot of people say it was a cheap shot. But I mean, really, the last legitimate stoppage he had was 10 years ago. So as far as power goes, I mean, Mayweather's always had problems with his hands, so he's not really a power puncher, especially later on in his career. Last but not least, number 5, all the pressure is on Floyd Mayweather. He's the one with an unblemished record of 49 wins and 0 losses. Okay, he's the greatest boxer of this generation, of this era, and possibly the greatest boxer of all time. And he's fighting a guy with no professional boxing bout. He has to win this fight for boxing, because this is not just a boxing fight. Okay, this is boxing versus MMA. For years, there have been debates about, well, boxing versus MMA, what's better, who's going to win. There's always been competition, especially since the decline in boxing and the rising popularity of MMA. I mean, MMA is really exploding in the last 10 years. It's global, it's all over the world. I actually remember Floyd Mayweather saying that any fighter that's 10-0 can step in the cage and knock out an MMA champion. That was his mindset, essentially, that what he thought about MMA, that any boxer that's 10-0 can just walk inside the cage and then knock somebody out, knock anybody out. A lot of pressure on Floyd Mayweather. He has to perform, He can't just win a decision. He needs to punish Conor McGregor and finish him. If Conor McGregor can last 12 rounds against the best boxer of this era, that's a failure in boxing. Okay, it really is, because if Floyd Mayweather were to go into MMA, he wouldn't make it out of the first round. Okay, he probably won't even make it out of the first minute. So the fact that an MMA fighter can go 12 rounds with the pound for pound best, I think that'd be a travesty. Conor really has no pressure. MMA will not suffer any damage if he were to get destroyed. But Mayweather, if he loses, that's a huge stain on his career. Not only his career, his legacy, but it's going to be stained on boxing. So he has to go in there and he has to prove why he is who he is, why he is the best. Those are the 5 advantages that Conor McGregor has over Mayweather, and that should at least give him a percentage. That should at least give him a puncher's chance to win. So the fact that people are saying there's zero chance, well, if there's zero chance, why are we watching the fight? We want to see what happens, because there is a chance. Now, I'm not saying that Conor is going to win the fight, but what I am saying is that nothing is impossible. So we'll see what happens August 26th. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you agree with my take, please let me know in the comment section. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section. Subscribe. I'll be posting videos weekly, and especially as the fight gets closer and closer, I'll be posting a couple of more videos on this topic.